guys, welcome back. Welcome to another week in our live demo series. This week I'm super excited because we are working on projects from my book. Yay! If you don't already know, my book is called STEAM Play and Learn. I'm going to show you just what's inside in a second, and it is a book I wrote a couple years ago. I'm very happy to have gotten a lot of great feedback on it over these past 2 years, and I'm excited because this week my publisher said, let's give away a bunch of copies to your fans. So this week, as part of our demo series, and as part of the fact that we're doing projects for my book, we are also giving away 7 copies of this book, and we're actually really doing 14 because for 7 winners, we're going to give it to you as well as a friend that you tag. So I'm gonna post the details in the comment section below shortly. So look for it after this demo has wrapped up. But basically the giveaway is going on Instagram. So you'll need to hop over there, give me a follow if you don't already, and then tag a friend in the post, and that's all you need to do to enter this giveaway. So it's really cool, and our goal with this is for, you know, I don't know about you guys, but I'm personally feeling a little bit tired, mentally tired, after all these, you know, these past few weeks and months of just challenging times. And so my publisher and I talked about it, and we thought it would be such a nice thing to give away the book to people that just need a little creative boost right now, or a little inspiration, something to get you excited, you know, about doing creative projects again, or doing stuff at home with your kids. Because I know right now I'm exhausted. So that's our goal. I hope you will enter. And that's my blurb on that. Also, really quick, next week I will be going to a Tuesday-Thursday schedule on my live. So this is my final week of doing a daily live, but I will still be coming to you guys at 1:30 p.m. on YouTube on Tuesdays and Thursdays starting next week. This week we'll be here all week, so feel free to join us if you're on YouTube at the right time, and we'll see you then. All right, so now let's go ahead and get started on today's project. I'm gonna go ahead and flip my camera around. And here, this is my book. So if you haven't already seen it, let me just show that to you really quick. I wrote this for preschool aged kids. However, a lot of the projects in here are really good for kids of multiple ages. So if you have kids at home who range from preschool to like through elementary school, I think this book is totally appropriate for them. In fact, a few of the projects I have at the very end are actually a little more appropriate for older kids, but you know, they're good for if you have a preschooler who's really interested in this type of projects. You know, parents can work alongside them. So it says preschool, but I personally feel like it's good for a variety of ages. We are, however, working on one of the easiest projects, probably the easiest project in the book today. I thought we'd start out simple. It's called Color Mixing Lab. And basically, I'm going to challenge you guys to mix as many colors as you can from the 3 primary colors and from uncolored water. So this is a project I've done with kids in playgroup. I've done it with my students, and it's always fun to see how many colors you can come up with. Because I know a lot of us, when we think of color mixing, we think of simple, and by the way, it's a little messy. We think of simply, you know, okay, if you mix red and yellow, you're going to get orange, or green and, or blue and yellow, and you're going to get green. But there's a lot of different tones and variations, and we're going to see that firsthand in just a second. I also created this color array printable, so I will throw a link to that as well in the description below. Once you're done mixing your colors, you may want to, I think it's a really good idea actually, to paint an array of all the tones and tints that you get, so you can actually really see them. So that's going to be something you can add on to this. All right, so to get started with this, the things that we're going to need today are an ice cube tray. We will need, if you have them, squeeze bottles are fantastic. So if you have 4 empty squeeze bottles, go ahead and grab them and fill them with some water and food coloring. So again, since this is a color mixing exercise, we're going to be doing We're going to be using the primary colors, red, yellow, and blue. So we'll need a bottle with each of those colors plus one clear. Let me turn my lights on. Hold on. If you don't have squeeze bottles, you can just use cups. And you will need a cup of each of the primaries along with a cup of clear water. Now, if you're using the cup method, you're either going to need pipettes, or if you don't have those, you know I'm going to give you every alternative under the sun. You can just use straws, and I'll show you how to use those. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started with this. So for this project, basically what I challenge you guys to do is to mix up as many colors as possible, okay? Just using what you have. And the interesting thing about this project is that you will really, you're gonna vary the types of colors you get based on the proportions of the two primaries that you mix. So for instance, if I mix up a lot of yellow there and just a drop of red here, I'm probably gonna get, and I'm gonna use a little pipette to mix that up. I'm gonna get an orange, that's expected. If I have more red and less yellow, I'm probably gonna get a deeper orange or almost a reddish orange. And then if I add water to this, I'm gonna lighten it, okay? So I'm still using all the same two colors, but I'm getting different tones of them. And if I just have a straight red, that's what I get. And I could also do straight red with just a little bit of water. And I'll get all these different colors. Now, it may be hard to see right now, but once we start painting these, you're gonna see the variations. So again, I'm gonna take here's my yellow that I had, and I'm adding a little bit of blue, and I get a green. If I add just a touch of blue, I'll get a light green. And if I add a lot of blue, I'll probably get a deeper green, right? So I'm seeing all the three different greens that I can mix up. Now again, it is a little hard to see in what I'm doing, but when we paint these, you'll be able to distinguish them a little better. If you're using cups, let me show you really quick how you do that. So you're gonna take your straw, and I encourage you to cut them so you have a little more control. You're gonna dip your straw into your cup, put your finger over the top, and then you're gonna release it into your ice cube tray. I should also mention, if you don't have an ice cube tray handy, you can use a muffin tin, you can use an egg carton. Use something waterproof though, don't use cardboard egg cartons, use like plastic or styrofoam ones. And if you do end up using like a muffin tray, you're probably definitely gonna wanna paint this later because it's gonna be hard to see what colors you're getting. When I use a white ice cube tray, you can really still see a lot of the color, but it's harder when you're using something that's like a gray, like if you're using a metal muffin tin. So here I go, I'm mixing up all these different colors. And if you have pipettes, these kind of give you the most control of all over how much of each color you're actually mixing. So there's different ways you can do this. That's my main goal in telling you all this. Let's make a little light orange here. And again, if I use a little bit of clear, I can get a really pale color. So I'm gonna go ahead and mix all these up. And again, you guys should do the same. Let me mention that purple is the hardest color to mix up. I'm never really able to get a good purple using food coloring. I don't know what it is about the pigment exactly, but the best way to get a good purple is to really buy a purple. We can mix it up here and we will get something. We're just not gonna get that vibrant like purple color that you might hope for. So just a word to the wise there. And also I wanted to mention something about color and how we perceive color. So our eyes have two types of cells in them. They have cone cells and they have rod cells. cone cells allow us to see color, and they work really well in bright light. Rod cells are what allow you to see at night in very dim light, but rod cells can really only perceive black, gray, and white. So that's why at night, like if you get up in the middle of the night and you go, go to the bathroom or whatever, you can't, and the light is very dim, you'll be able to see shapes, but you won't really be able to distinguish color at night because the cells that your eye is using to see can't see color. So it's kind of an interesting thing to know. All right, so now that I've got my colors mixed up, I'm gonna pull out my color array and we're gonna paint with these and see what we get. So this is kind of the fun part to me because it's one thing to see all the colors here, but when you actually start using them, you're gonna see just how many variations you got. I'm getting my work surface super wet, so you guys might want to do this outside or on a tray so that you can contain some of that. All right, I've got some water for dipping my brush, and I've got some clear water to clean off the brushes, and let's go ahead and see what we got here. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to start painting on what I call my color array with all the different colors that I created and see if I can see all the variations. Now when you add the white, it's not really white, but the clear water, you're actually creating a tint. That's when you lighten a color with white. Let's keep going here with the oranges. In this case, we're just diluting the color a little more, so we're getting a lighter color. I'm going through here, getting my oranges. And one of the challenges I have when we do this with our students is I like them to see if they can name some of these colors. So as a designer, I was always picking colors for the different projects that we were working on, and it's always fun to kind of go through and see what people name their colors. So a lot of companies will name colors just to distinguish them and also to kind of give you, it really sets the mood for a particular color, right? If it's called, Dusty Rose, like one of these, that's different than, fuchsia or something that invokes more of a bright fire, a fiery red type of color. So designers often use when they look at the names of the colors, that kind of gives you a little idea of the mood or the setting that color might evoke. There's a lot of emotion attached to color, in my opinion. I'm going to go through here. I'm trying to go through down the line. So, reds to orange to yellow. There's a lot of emotions attached to colors and what they invoke, so it's something a lot of people spend a lot of time thinking about. You may not even realize it, but even like all products and stuff, they think a lot about the colors they choose, the palettes they choose, and how that might affect how people see a product or if they want a product. All right, let's keep going here. So isn't this fun? Now I can see all the different colors that I really mixed up. And if you're like, I don't quite have some of the colors I'd hoped for, you can go ahead and remix some. So when we do this with our students, I usually use I give them a couple ice cube trays so they can really experiment. And sometimes they just create the same color over and over again, but that's okay too. So I did get a few purples, not too bad. I'm going to go ahead and let this dry, and I'm going to turn my camera around. All right. And that is our project for today. Hold on. There, I got my lights turned off. Super easy, right? Not all the projects from the book are this easy, but I thought, like I said, it's best if we start out with something just to kind of get you guys excited and interested, and I hope you'll join me all week for the projects from my book. They're a lot of fun, and I worked really hard on them and developing them so that you guys would like them, so my readers of the book and blog would like them. So I hope you'll join me with that. Again, the giveaway deets will be in the description shortly, and I hope that you subscribe to our YouTube channel. I hope when you get the giveaway details, because it's over on Instagram, that you'll follow us over there. And that's it. So you guys have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you back tomorrow. Bye.